If you have a Fujifilm camera, then you probably think that you know all the ins and outs of Fujifilm cameras. But today, I'm gonna give you a few secrets that you probably didn't know about. Now, you probably know that you can shoot both in RAW and JPEG with a film simulation. But did you know that if you hit the play button and then you hit the Q menu, you get a lot more options that you can change. You can see that when you hit the Q menu, you have a lot of changes that you can do to your photo. You can convert it to a JPEG, TIFF 8-bit, or even 16-bit TIFF. Also, you can push and pull, so adding more exposure or decreasing the exposure of the image. Not to mention, you can add things and change things like the film simulation, the grain effect, and basically all the settings that you change when you make a custom film recipe. Now, you probably know that you can exposure bracket, white balance bracket, and even ISO bracket on your Fujifilm camera. But did you know that you can film simulation bracket? If you set the drive setting to bracket and go to your menu, you can set film simulation bracketing. Inside, you can stack 3 film simulations of your choice. Now, unfortunately, you can't select your custom recipes, which would make things way easier to test out different film sims. But you can still see different film simulations and how they act and look. Now, you've probably seen online all these slow shutter effects where it looks like the person is drunk or it's a very slow frame rate video shot. Now, if you have a Fujifilm camera, sometimes you realize that it probably doesn't let you go below 1/24 of your shutter speed. But there is a way to go around this, and here's how you do it. Now, to get the shutter speed below 1/24, here's what you have to do. Go into your settings and change your movie compression, and change it from long op to all intra, and set your file format to a preferable .265. Once you set those settings, you will realize that now you can change your shutter speed to go below 1/24, meaning you can now get the slow shutter effect that everyone has been using. Now, you might be used to the sound of your shutter, but did you know that if you go to your settings and then you go to your sound settings, you have 3 options to choose from when it comes to the sound of your shutter. Once you go to your settings and then your sound settings, you will see that you get 3 options to choose from when it comes to your shutter sound. Here as well, you can also turn off your shutter volume, and you can also set the self-timer beep volume as well. This is actually really good and really great if you're in a place that is quiet and you don't want to be heard by other people. Now, the next hack is something that I personally experienced twice with 2 of my friends who did not shoot with Fujifilm cameras before. I have a friend who just got the X100VI and he wanted to see how the photos would look like without a film simulation. And he was very confused on how he could see the photo basically raw without any film recipes or film simulations on it. Here's how you do that. Now, the way you do this is by going to your settings and then finding your screen settings and finding natural live view. Turn that on to see exactly what you will get when you take a photo. This is also apparently important when you're shooting in a studio, and this happened personally to my friend Stefano, who was shooting with a GFX 100 II with a flash, and he realized that he can't see the natural live view and everything looked underexposed. Now, I'm sure you've used your high-speed burst shooting mode in your Fujifilm camera, but to take advantage of the maximum shooting speeds that you can get, you need to get out of mechanical shutter mode. So the best thing to do is to switch to electronic shutter. That way you can shoot with the maximum frames that you can get with your Fujifilm camera. What you need to do is switch to electronic shutter, and now you realize that your high-speed burst settings are not grayed out anymore. Now you can shoot at 30 frames per second.
Who's this?
That was 10 minutes. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. It's me. I made it.
Now, one of the best hacks that you can have for a Fujifilm camera is actually through your XApp. If you're a person who shoots a lot with film recipes and film simulations, you probably know that you only have around 7 custom film simulation slots. But if you go onto your XApp and you back up those 7 film recipes or film simulations, you can then create 7 new ones that you can also back up. And now you have 2 backups on your XApp, meaning you can switch between the first and the second, and now you have 14 film simulations to choose from. Now, here's a bonus hack for you people who have Instax printers. If you do have an Instax printer, the easiest thing to do is just to directly connect it to your Fujifilm camera by going to your settings menu and then your connection settings and then your Instax printer settings. And that way you can instantly print your JPEGs from your camera to the printer without having to transfer to your phone.
Did you know that?
I'm babysitting Sunny while we record Fuji recipe.
But that is it for this video. These are quick Fujifilm hacks that you probably did not know about. And if you did, let me know which ones in the comments below. If you have any other hacks that you know about, feel free to mention them down for other people. And yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We have Anthony right there.
Where's the stick?
See you guys in the next
You
one.
missed the stick.